So, um, I just wanted to say that, I really need rest today. It's been one of those weeks where um, I feel really worn out because, um, I've been Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday were absolutely brilliant, and I had fantastic time, and well, Thursday, really, I started to struggle a little bit with just general things. And it became really clear that I was just not really coping very well. So today I've I wanted to rest. I was like, I need to just take a day of rest in and just, not having to do as much or maybe not take on as much so that I can do more on the weekend if I need to. Um and I felt really guilty about that. My husband, who has been autistic for, well, ever since he was very young, um and so he comes up with all these analogies. He's helped me quite a lot over the years because I wasn't diagnosed and he had a lot of support. In school, growing up, he had a lot of support and understanding from family members and from people around him who knew what was going on so they could understand, which is a huge thing, huge for me already because I understand myself so much more, and it's huge for him too, because it helped him to develop coping mechanisms, which um, have really helped me to understand how to cope myself. So this is Rich. I'm gonna share with you.
Oh,
We're
hello
both
there.
we're
God,
both we're both in bed today,
yeah,
but we're um
yeah.
I just wanted to kind of share what Rich had to say because so this is what Rich had to say to me. So go ahead, Rich.
Okay, well, I think in regards to the feeling guilty about, having a rest or a lazy day, it's, well, the thing is, like, if you think of people like cars, for example, there's only so far you can go in a car before it runs out of fuel, and you need to stop and refuel the car then, don't you? And that's the same people. Sometimes there's only so much you can work and do things, and sometimes you need to stop and recharge before you can carry on with other things. So isn't really anything to be guilty about. We naturally need to stop recharge, just like a car needs to be refueled or a phone needs to be recharged. It's. I mean, that's how you gotta see it. You just need to recharge sometimes.
Yeah. So Rich's message to me was really about kind of being like a car and being able to refuel just like a car would refuel. So taking that time, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and not feel guilty about it as well, like because it's natural. You need to.
Yeah, because I have a lot of shame around kind of resting, um, and especially since my back, because I've had to rest a lot more, and I found that really, really difficult. And with masking, I was, running around, and I wouldn't want to rest at all. Like resting wasn't really on my radar, but it's turned out that like I think learning how to take things step by step, which is something that Rich learned. How did you even learn that, do you think?
Oh, I didn't really
Was
think it was like a learning thing. I think I just thought of it like common sense. Nothing lasts like 24/7 all around. I think if you need to rest. Before
Yeah, but
carrying on.
somebody must have taught you that somewhere along the line. Because
Well,
anything that we learn,
well,
somebody has taught
well,
us.
in some ways, it's kind of biological. I think because obviously the body is a machine. There's only so long you can keep it going for. Like because if you
Yeah.
constantly work, eventually you're gonna knack yourself out and be exhausted, and you won't be able to, do things at your full potential and, work. You're going to conk out without realizing it. So I think
Yeah.
biologically you learn it, because that's how the body works. It needs, just like it needs to exercise, it also needs to rest too.
Okay. So there you go. You can take it from Rich. um he helps me to kind of like I don't know, he uses analogies, which I really love because I love the analogy of like when you came up with that analogy, I was like, we need to talk about this because the car and the fuel just makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Um, it's making me well up actually a little bit because um like I've been so like hard on myself in the past for just like taking rest days. And this is something that actually Rich taught me quite a while ago. He was like, why why feel bad for taking a rest day? Because it's important that we take rest days. So he used to actually he used to talk about recharging the battery, all those kind of things,
Yeah.
quite early on. And um I didn't really do it for a long time until my body kind of said, you're going to have to stop and rest. And I learned how to rest by my body stopping and giving me a lot of pain if I tried to move. And that was how I learned to rest. But I'm trying to learn to do it just in normal situations now so that I don't get to that point again. But yeah, so I just thought I'd share that with everybody.
Yep.
And that's it. Bye.